USA versus Jamaica, the sprints, one of the best rivalries in the sport of track and field. Some could even say one of the better rivalries in sports in general, if you really know anything about the rivalry. It has brought us great entertainment, memories that will last us a lifetime on the track. But the question is, after it has dipped for some years, is the rivalry back? Or are we just making too much of a fuss? We answer it on this little latest edition of Lactic Acid Behind the Scenes, aka Track Talk. The USA versus Jamaica rivalry has gone back for years when it comes to the entertainment that it has brought us. And listen, the pioneer that one could easily say of that rivalry was the greatest ever, Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt lined up against some of the fiercest competition in track and field, and he showed up and showed out every time. I'm not sure the last time I saw him lose to an American. We have to go all the way back to when Tyson Gay was running, and Tyson Gay got a chance to hawk him down a couple times. There is video out there for those who don't believe me. But Usain Bolt, Johan Blake, brought it. Those are some of the athletes who are historic figures in that rivalry. But what about Team USA? Justin Gatlin, Tyson Gay, as I mentioned. Those are some of the ones, the top dogs, who took down Usain Bolt. And listen, Christian Coleman was the latest one, in addition to Justin Gatlin, who got a chance to beat the world's fastest man. But since Bolt retired, it hasn't really been an even fight. I will not go as far to say as Jamaica sprints have been down, because anything that goes on in Jamaica when it comes to the legendary coaches out there, Steve Mills, Coach Francis, so many others, there are legendary coaches, Glenn Mill, Coach Francis, so many wonderful coaches who are out there coaching these elite athletes, producing amazing times on the men's side and the women's side. We're going to get to that soon as well. But listen, there has been some dips, specifically on the men's side, because the competition hasn't been what it used to be, what we're used to seeing. But can that change this year? Is the rivalry back? Yes. And here's why it is back on both sides. Now, the women hasn't really gone anywhere. You've had Shelly Ann Fraser Price, you've had Sharika Jackson, you've had Elaine Thompson, and you've had these fantastic sprinters come out and show out on the big stage. Listen, you look at Jamaica, you look what they were able to do in the sprints, you look at how they were mixing it up, even when athletes like Veronica Campbell Brown was running, and she competed against the likes of Allison Felix, who mixed it up with the Jamaicans and came away victorious in the women's 200. You look at the rivalry with Carmelita Jeter, Coach Carmelita Jeter, who is now a college head coach who is balling out. And you look at the production that she gave, especially in 2011 when she took home the world title in Daegu in the women's 100. Listen, the competition is fierce, and now you mix it in with Sha'Carri Richardson, you mix it in with Gabby Thomas, so on and so forth. Listen, Mommy Rocket, this is her last go, and for those who don't know that name, it is Shelly Ann Fraser Price, who will be retiring after this year. But Elaine Thompson, while she is not competing in the Olympics, she is still elite. And then Sharika Jackson, you can't say enough about her. So the rivalry is still intact, and you saw that last year at the World Championships when Sharika Jackson came in second and Sha'Carri Richardson came in first in the outside lane. Some want to say that if Sharika Jackson saw Sha'Carri Richardson, that she would have won, but if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. And the bottom line is, the favorite to win the gold is Sha'Carri Richardson, but arguably the biggest threat could be Sharika Jackson. And that's another story for another day, because that race is full of amazing women who will be tough to beat. But when it comes to the overall rivalry and the health of the rivalry, this year has proven to me so far that it is back. There's been more trash talk. You look at Noah Lyles going at Oblique Seville. You look at Oblique Seville kind of pointing towards Noah Lyles as he beat him down in Jamaica. For listen, times are fast, times are crazy. But what excites me the most is we're seeing this new talent, this new blood. I want to read you a quote by somebody who is considered the favorite to win the gold medal in the men's 100, Kashane Thompson. I was never short on confidence, but I believe I have so much more to do as I can run way faster. Running 9.7 like it was nothing, and he showed that he has more in the tank, but he's backs it up with the confidence. Oblique Seville, when he is healthy, he is arguably one of the best runners, and it's not even an argument. You can debate your mama. He is one of the best runners in the world. Now, consistency is key for Team Jamaica. The women have shown they've been consistent on their end. The men have to be more consistent, and this is the perfect time to showcase the consistency because it doesn't get any bigger than this. If you want to showcase the rivalry is back, you do it at the Olympic Games in Paris. The great thing is there's not going to be a shortage of storylines. Noah Lyles is going to be ready. Just ran 9.81. Listen, with everything coming out in sprint, people may feel some kind of way. He may be the bad guy, but he runs with supreme confidence, and you're not going to take that away from him. And to be the best, you have to beat the best. And currently, as it stands, he is the top dog headed into the Olympics. Fred Curley, listen, he won the gold medal at the World Championships. He made this team when people thought he couldn't because there were inconsistencies leading up, and then obviously leaving the shoe sponsorship, going to another sponsorship, and then different endorsements, doing what he does best, switching coaches as well. He made this team, and Kenny Bednarik is going to be somebody who is running with supreme confidence. So in the men's 100, I easily think you can see possibly maybe 2 and 1, meaning 2 athletes from Jamaica or 2 athletes from the United States. I don't think we're going to see a sweep on the men's or women's side in any event. So I just want to make that clear. So I don't think we're going to see that. But when it comes to the sprints, we're talking about the 100 and the 200 meters. I do think that the rivalry is back. But in order to validate everything that I'm saying, it has to showcase for Team Jamaica. I think Team USA, they come in with the momentum when it comes to what have you done for me lately, but nothing would please us more than to see that anxiety-ridden, heart-pounding, race show-stopping, just amazingness that we see from these athletes, because all these athletes are incredible. The men's 200, I think America has that on lock with Noah Lyles, Kenny Bednarik, and now you have Ariane Knighton for Team USA, but then Leslie Tebogo, who is balling out too, who's shown that he is capable of popping a great time on any day, and he is no one to be messed with. All you had to do was see his race in Monaco to see how he slowed down. And listen, I'm telling you, you do not want to miss it. And guess what? We're going to have a couple more of these because I think it's important to talk about everything, all the events. And listen, Team USA is not just cooking up events. We have to talk about Lakeisha Price of Jamaica, who ran, check this out, 48.57. That is absurd. And so I'm excited. We're going to talk some relays in a couple of these episodes. But yes, to answer your question, I do think the rivalry is back. Now, my question to you is, do you think the rivalry is back? Do you agree with me that we're going to see why the rivalry is back in these Olympics? Or do you think either team has things to prove in order for us to say that it is back? I don't think it's on the level of what we saw in 2008, 2009, so on and so forth, even some of the Diamond League meets. Remember when Johan Blake ran 1926 and got a chance to, beat an incredible field that was led off by Walter Dix, who ran 19.5. Remember in the World Relays when Ryan Bailey anchored Team USA home to beat Jamaica and had the throat slash and everything. We love that. We love that intensity. We love it. That's what makes track and field great. And so I want to hear your thoughts on it. Is the rivalry back? Do they have something to prove? Listen, appreciate you guys listening into Lactic Acid. Wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, please go ahead, subscribe, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, follow us on Instagram, Lactic Acid Podcast, and be sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe to the YouTube page as well. Love, peace, and chicken grease. We'll catch you next time. Happy Olympics, everybody.